So unajua kutoa 50 na tumeleta mchezaji tunalipa mita. Unajua utajisikia sawa kwa sababu ili kapesa utakuwa na sasa nitakubali unisimamishe kwa barabara. Wewe usisimamishe kwa barabara ndio utaki kutoa kitu. Utaki unaniambia ati nimeiba pesa. By the way, Gor Mahia fans walinunua tickets kama umeme because kwa angalia tu I'm telling you. Mimi unajua mimi maneno ball stick, I know most about administration and stuff. Ball mimi nataka kuona bao imeingia. Mimi ukiniambia 4-2 sijui mimi sitakusikia. Mimi nataka kuona wewe bwana funga. Mimi wewe ni deadly funga bao. Nipatie results. Mimi sitaki pattern nini ati tunacheza kama Man U, tunacheza kama Arsenal, mimi sitaki. Nobody asked the secretary general. So if you want to get information as the spokesman of the club, I'll respond. But if you don't ask me, you are speculating. The official spokesman of the club is Isaack Mulindi, the Secretary General of AFC Leopards. And that is my mandate.
Huku nje wanaita Nyayo Vietnam. Huku ndani sijui wanaita Nyayo.
Kichinjio.
Ni hayo kwa sasa. Yona endelea.
Waliponea sana hapo kichinjio. Sisi kisu ilifanyaje? Yule mchinjaji sijui ilikuwa kisu wako amelo.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ganga wa soka hapa. And this is Big Sport Africa. Sipo peke yangu,
Viona hapa, the one and only.
Na hatupo peke yetu, jamani ladies and gentlemen. Mulibisha, tukafungua. Muliita, tumeitikia. Hii ni Big Sport Africa. Hii ni mbingu ya tatu. Ninaye kiongozi.
Ingwe
amatere Ingwe sienanga mundu imbeli Ingwe sienanga shiondo. Ladies and gentlemen, ninaye Super SG. Huku nje wanamuita the greatest Secretary General of the best, the biggest team, not just East and Central of Africa, Southern of Africa has seen. AFC Leopard ya amatere, ya Papa Freddy
Ambani,
ya Papa Boniface
Ambani,
ya Sali na Maziwa, ya Papa Isaack Mulindi. Kiongozi
Kabisa.
Sema na watu wako. Ambia watu wewe ni nani, unatoka wapi, unaenda wapi?
Wewe ni Isaack Mulindi, Secretary General.
Super SG.
Super SG. We're the best club, whether you like it or not.
The country has seen.
Moto kabisa.
SG.
Yes.
Karibu Big Sport Africa.
Thank you so much.
Sikia vizuri.
Asante.
Hapa ni Big Sport.
Yes.
Tunakutana na mashabiki wa AFC Leopards wakatuambia tutafutie Secretary General wetu. Tukaangaliana na Liona tukasema Liona. Hawa watu wanasema sisi tuwatafutie SG. Mbona tusimlete?
wakitaka tunawapea.
Very important. SG.
Asante.
Who is Isaack Mulindi?
Isaack Mulindi is a laid-back guy, simple businessman who loves soccer so much. And above all, a fan of AFC Leopards first, and a member of AFC Leopards as well. And of course, the Secretary General of the club, AFC Leopards. Yes.
Bwana Mulindi, this is your first day in office.
Yes.
As a Secretary General, hii safari imekuwaje? Tunataka tujue, because hata sisi unajua tunaonanga tu. We don't know how it feels being an SG. Do you need pressure may increase?
Ama imedecrease.
Exactly.
But it's been on a...
Unasema imekuwa?
Imekuwa ikipanda.
Tazamaji, sio mimi nimesema. Viviana amesema, maandika na mate. SG, andika na wino.
It's been a privilege for me, first of all, to serve as the Secretary General of AFC Leopards. Imekuwa a very, kind of challenging task as well, because where AFC was before and coming into office, trying to see that it's getting better and better. That has been a challenge as well, but not so much, because it's about management at the end of the day, and making sure that players wetu wanasikia sawa sawa, and trying to see to it that their performance is above board. So it has been a good journey for me, a very good experience, a good challenge. I do believe that we are trying our level best. Of course, when we got into office, there was a mess. I can't lie that it was rosy. There was a mess. And it's a learning process to be able to understand what you should do as a club how to make this club better, and of course, the vision of the club at large, so that we can be able to put the things that are supposed to be put as a sports club, and to make sure that our fans are getting value for their money. Yes.
Bwana SG,
Yeah.
kabla sijaenda mbali, before we go to the next question, Viona, ambia mafans wetu Big Sport napatikanaje? Unajua saa zingine watu wanaona tu hizi vitu na they don't know where to like, where to subscribe.
Okay, you can find us in all social media platforms at Big Sport Africa. On X, it's Big Sport Africa. On TikTok, Big Sport Africa YouTube, Big Sport Africa, and also on Facebook, we are there as Big Sport Africa. So back to SG, you've mentioned that your journey in the club so far in leadership has been a great experience for you. So there's some objectives that you had set for the season. Do you think that the club or your leadership generally has met those objectives?
Most definitely, because we got into the club, to be honest with you, there was a couple of things that were challenging to us. I do say by the grace of God, we managed to stabilize wherever the challenges were. As I look at where we are, if you look at where it was last season and this particular time, I should be able to say that I thank the National Executive Committee, who I work with closely, despite the fact that the Secretary General is the coordinator of functions, to be able to know every function and every department is operating at its best. So my job, basically, if I compare to whatever results that we've had, I mean, I should say, yes, we are number 2 in the Super League, in the Premier League. I do believe is a good position to be. And if you want to be able to accredit to the functionality of the club, I think we are doing well. And to the Secretary General, of course, as the spokesman of the club, I should say that, yeah, I am attributing it to the efforts that we've done, and I feel that it's a better position for us. And I do say congratulations to the Secretary General himself.
For the benefit of the fans.
Yes.
Manifesto zako zilikuwa gani?
Of course, getting good quality jerseys. First of all, you've seen we brought in some jerseys. I had to fly out to make sure with the CEO, and maybe I was given the authority by the chairman to go and try to see if we can be able to get quality jerseys. We've done that. That was in my manifesto, to make sure that they get some kind of quality jerseys and at a good price. Comparing to the jerseys for last season, I believe we've done the best. We've upped the game a little bit as regards to the quality, and selling that jersey at 2,000. I mean, it's a fair price, so that at least we can be able to recover the cost and make some little money, so that we can sign good players as well, so that we can invest that money towards making sure that FC is much more stable and we're getting quality players. The structures of the office in my manifesto are setting up systems. It was there, trying to see that every department has been set up. I've seen, if you can see, this is an office. I mean, we didn't have an office. AFC Leopards had a small office there, but we want to be able to make sure that the departments are working. So we need a bigger space so that the media team can have its own office. I mean, the Secretary General, you see, I have my office, the chairman has got his office. So as far as I'm concerned, when you look at my manifesto, I had put in the structures and the systems of the office, so that everybody can be responsible and they can be able to report to the president through me as the Secretary General. So those systems are working. So if you ask the CEO is kind of doing what he's supposed to do as far as NEC is concerned. So we give him the information that we need to give him, so that he can be able to execute, and he's doing it well. The accounting department is doing its part. The treasurer is doing his job. The chairman as well. Like right now, I've been given a responsibility to go somewhere else. The chairman is remaining in Nairobi. The CEO is going out of town. We are going with the treasurer somewhere else. So we're seeing that the functionalities are good. So my manifesto, what was in, is to set up the systems to make sure that every functionality of a department is working at its best, to make sure we have jerseys that affordable but very good quality, and we are going to up that game. And also merchandise, which we are working on at this particular moment. I've just received a message from the manufacturers. They would like to visit us maybe next month. They come to Kenya, so I believe we're going to discuss more about it, which was in my manifesto. And above all, I'd say that we'll have a place where we're going to beat Gor Mahia. So we did that. I promised them that we're going to beat Gor Mahia. Of course, they had to beat us the last derby, but we have one that we beat them, which I had promised my fans, and the people were voting for me that we'll do it, which we did. We're going to perform well. I told them and I promised them that we're going to perform well, because I've seen the mistakes that are happening, what is happening in sports in this country. So we are trying to fix it. Now, FC is number 2, and that was there in my manifesto. We still have hope. Of course, I mean, people always say that, it's done, it's done. It's not done until the last whistle. I do believe I'm a fighter as the Secretary General of the club, and I coordinate all these people to fight, even the players to fight. I talk with them more often. Some of them, we have a very good relationship. So we still have hope until the last whistle. So, and mark my word, we are not going to leave this office without, taking or being on top of the league. We will. So that was in my manifesto. This time around, I know that it's kind of slippery. I should be able to accept, because wanasema sikubali kushindwa si mshindani, right? So we are competitive, and that is what I wanted. And to make sure that we are stable, we signed good players and stuff like that. So this is something that we are working on. So I'm good. Yes.
But as you have mentioned several things.
Yes.
Kuna zingine tutazifikia.
Yes.
Zingine when the time comes, pole step by step tafanya nini?
Tafikia.
Lakini kuna pale nataka nigwame kidogo. Kuna pale umesema umeongelea media. When before you came to the office, there was a talk about mambo na FC having its own media station, ama having its own thing established.
Yes.
Mikakati zimefikia wapi, ama zilifikia wapi, ama hazipo? Nataka nijue.
I'm talking to a company in Italy to make sure we get some of the quotations. We do have some quotations, which is going to cost at least not less than 4 million for the equipment. So we are trying to see if we can get a sponsor for it, or we'll talk to some of our people to do that. Of course, radio station is one of the things that we want to set up. That was in my manifesto as well, to set up, our own media place. So I do believe that it's something that is going to work before we leave this office. We'll have started it, or it's going to be there. So that is in progress, to have our own media station to kind of reach out to our fans. We have a huge fan base, so it's not something that can defeat us. I believe that the fans will be happy to see that we have an Ingwe radio station. Yes.
Right, you've mentioned Ingwe radio station. So in this media plan, are you only planning to have a radio station, or you also be having other outlets like Ingwe TV and also other platforms on social media? And are you also looking at it as a source of revenue to the club?
Sure. I mean, we need to do this because of revenue. There's nothing else we are doing it for, because we have a huge fan base, of course, where we can be able to advertise and make some money. So this fan base has got to be harnessed so that we can bring it on board. So radio station is one of the avenues. We are looking at not so much into the TV station, because people are now online. A lot of people can be able to watch stuff on the phone and stuff like that. We might be able to set up very good and quality YouTube channels or channel. These days you can set up like a TV station it just depends with the setting. So I believe that's something that we can do. We are working on it, on establishing a very good YouTube channel, and this is the purpose of getting revenue into the club so that we can do the best. You see, if we want to do the best, and if we want to be able to make sure that FC is operational, and any other team, to say, we need the finances. So that is one of the avenues, radio station, TV station, so that we can be able to make sure we have some revenue to run the club. TV station is kind of far-fetched because everybody is getting off. I mean, that type of setting. So I believe that everybody wants to watch stuff when they want, and they can be able to kind of stream in to just see what's online, and they have their phones. Technology is taking another step. So maybe very soon we'll not even have the TV stations. It's going to just be an investment that is far-fetched. A lot of expenses that really won't make a lot of sense. So people will be able to set up their own stations in their houses and stuff like that. As long as we have audience, that is the most important. So we are lucky, like AFC Leopards has got a huge fan base. As long as the team is performing, you're going to see great things. I do believe that people love that. So, I mean, that's where we are looking at.
Yeah. But historically, it will go down as your management being the first FC Leopard management to have 3 teams documented down as FC Leopards. That is the FC Leopard men's team, the FC Leopards, and the Cubs. Yes. Because over the years, we have had more of 2 teams, that is the men's team and the Cubs. But for the first time, we have a fully FC Leopard for FC Leopards. Having the 3 teams in your rundown, how does it make it budget-wise and in terms of planning for things? Because it's something other people have not had. As an SG from where you sit, how do you look at that matter?
I mean, it's kind of expensive. That's why we need to have revenue. It's kind of extremely expensive for us. Like right now, we are looking for sponsors for the ladies team as well. The budget for the ladies team is not there. So we hustle with the little budget we get when fans come to the stadium, and which we do appreciate a lot because the fans are really getting in, they're increasing, and it's helping us manage and run these teams. For example, this Saturday, the ladies are going to Mwatate, I think, in Voi or something like that. The youth team has been invited to the Chapandimba, yeah, which I'm going to Kisumu for that particular. The chairman has allocated me that slot to go to Kisumu. The CEO is going to Mwatate, though I'm in charge in the neck, as far as you're concerned, I'm in charge of the ladies. So they're going, I mean, the CEO is going there. We're going with the treasurer to Kisumu. He's remaining here with the main team because they have a game. But you see, we have to split. It's kind of, it's a huge commitment, I should be able to say, a very huge commitment to make sure that all these teams are running. And if you look at our youth team, it's been hammering teams like crazy. I mean, that team is on fire, I can tell you that. And I'm just going to see, because you're playing Gor Mahia, I think, their youth team. It's a very good opportunity for me to be able to challenge myself to see that all these functions are very, very functional. And the budget constraints and all that, it's kind of difficult. And in this country, if we look at it, this is where we go wrong. We need the finances, we need the corporates to come in and support so that these people can be able to make a living. It's kind of tiresome, but I found myself, this is what I wanted. And as much as there's budget constraints, we try to fix ourselves in that position to make sure, even if we can contribute as NEC, just individually, to make sure that these functions are operational. We do it. We kind of contribute. We make sure that everything that is needed has been taken care of. So it's an expensive affair. I mean, the coordination of functions as far as from the ladies team, the junior team and the senior team, I mean, the expenses are huge. But as far as we're concerned, we are doing our level best to make sure that, there's something that is happening. The girls are struggling, but at the end of the day, we make sure that they're committed. We motivate them as much as we can. And they've been performing well. I know they've dipped a little bit, but it's going to work. So the youth team is performing. The girls can do better. The senior team is working well. And I believe that the results can show. Yeah.
Right. On that same note of budget constraints, mostly in the 3 community clubs that we have, all these 3 clubs have youth teams and ladies team. And without the sleep, I think Leopards could be on the slot for promotion. And when it comes to sponsorships, since the senior teams are already sponsored by gaming firms, do you think that as a club's management, they should also be incorporating the youth and the ladies team in the sponsorship agreement for the senior team, so that to avoid the huge gap in budgetary value?
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, we've been trying to talk to our sponsors to see whether they can slot in for the ladies. I should be able to say sometimes, there's this notion. I don't understand, but you see me, I always speak my mind. We really feel like there should be some more. I mean, to support the ladies, because our ladies are playing with the brand name. They own the, we're giving that opportunity to the sponsors for visibility. They have Betika on there, but they're not getting anything from Betika. Mm-hmm. So we struggle to see that these are flawed. So we are talking to them. I believe that we'll try to request them if they can next season. But you're working on sponsorship a lot. We have some people in mind. We have some meetings that we're setting up so that we can be able to kind of bring this on board. I would say that the sponsor should put that into consideration, yes, because this is something that is needed with FKF. Mm-hmm. So we cannot leave the youth and then leave the women, the ladies, and just believe that you have to support the senior team. It's expensive, of course. I do thank the sponsors, how far they've brought us. If it was not for them, of course, we would not be where we are. I do thank them, but I would just pray that all these sponsors that are coming on board to consider sponsoring either the ladies and the senior team, because when you talk about Betika, I believe that or any gaming company or sport pesa, I mean, they don't go below a certain age, of course. But when it comes to the ladies and the senior team, I would believe that these packages should involve those teams so that we don't struggle. You'll find that there's so many teams struggling because they cannot even handle their senior team. And it's a requirement for them to have the ladies and the junior team. So, I mean, it's kind of crazy. It's just, I mean, the budget is too expensive. Why wouldn't FKF get in and try to see what they can do? Because they receive a lot of money. So they should be able to see what they can do for these teams that are struggling. That is my opinion. I mean, it's not everybody's opinion, but it's my opinion. It's a struggle for teams, I should say. For them to be able to get quality, for them to run well, we need this kind of sponsorship. And this sponsorship should go across the board. Yes.
Banizji, as an AFC Leopard registered fan, kama mganga wa soka, I have seen an initiative going on kwa groups wanasema kwamba from the neck tuna pesa fulani ambayo tunachangia timu yetu ya wasichana.
Yes.
I'm giving you an opportunity to look into that camera and talk to your fans. Tell them what their chairmen and their SGs are telling them from group, the information from the group that every member is supposed to contribute a certain amount. Kama wana uwezo kwa ajili ya timu yetu ya wanawake. You have a chance right now.
I'm asking these fans of ours, wale wanatupenda sana. Nyinyi wale mnatupenda sana. Wasichana wanaumia, wasichana wana pressure, and it's all over. It's not just AFC Leopards, by the way. Please come on board and support these ladies. These ladies have a story to tell. These ladies are struggling. These ladies need your support so that they can be able to tap in their talent and make sure that they're performing well. Tafadhali, kujeni mtusaidie tutengeleze timu yetu ya Leopards kwa sababu ni timu ya nguvu sana. Itakuwa kama hii kubwa tu, msikafikirie ni watu wasiwasi, ni wa deadly sana, but they need your support. So please join in. We have an office. You can walk into the office and you can be able to come and tell us what you need to get, the information you want, so that we can support the ladies. Tafadhali, fans wetu, we have a large and a huge fan base ambayo mkisupport hata kama shilingi 50 100, it can be able to go a long way, and you support these girls and they will be able to perform. We did some kind of research and we know the football that is being driven by women is going to be one of the best sports in this country. So we need you to support us. Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you very much. That is Bwana Super SG. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Big Sport Africa. Huu ni mganga wa soka. Kando yangu ninaye shabiki wa ile timu nyingine mnajua. Lakini leo hii yupo ndani ya Big Sport. Viona Nemo. Sema ikutoke.
If that statement from SG has not moved anyone,
yes,
kutolewa madem pesa tafadhali.
Yes.
Rudia tena kusikiza.
SG ni pastor, by the way. You wanted to say something about stewards.
So, SG, speaking still on that issue of budget, we've seen, we've had issues with stewards and verification processes in the gates, where stewards bado wanatumika kukula pesa, where the club has an online platform or a process ya kununua tickets. And then mtu akifika pale kwa gate hana ticket, atumia steward 100, 200, anaingia kwa gate, which affects the club. And this not just in AFC Leopards, it cuts across. Last weekend we had an incident in Shabana where a fan complained. And looking at the receipts the fan gave, it was where she'd sent money to a steward, not to the ticketing team. So how are we tackling this? How are we going to tackle this verification process from stewards? And how are we going to tackle the rogue stewards so that the maximum revenue can get into the club?
That's a very good question, by the way. I mean, everything starts with the mentality and the people you involve and the people that want to do stuff. Like us, as far as NEC is concerned, we want to perform. There are no ruggles. I mean, we love each other. We want to support each other in their departments and stuff. So it has to begin with the mentality of a person. Yeah, anatakaje. Do you really want to drive this club to the next level? Ama umekuja pale kutengeleza pesa yako ya mfuko wene nyumbani. So, I mean, in each and everything, there's always somebody that will be always betraying. Even Jesus himself had a betrayer. So na yeye ndio mdeadly. Ule alikuwa noma, anafanya miracle na nini. Watu wanacheki ni mwacheche, ni mbaya. Lakini jamaa alimseti kwa sababu ya pake. Chapa. Jamaa aliona jamaa ndamseti. Akamseti. Unaona? Sasa haiwezi kosa. What can happen is just to mitigate it. And also they need to go for training. They need to be able to be motivated as well. I mean, they need to be paid well, of course, so that they can know that they are working for a purpose. Yeah? The vision has got to be shared all around. Everybody has got to kind of understand that we are going to the next level. We need this money to have good players. We need to pay them. They've got to understand. And then the systems also. The systems have got to work. I mean, it comes to a place where it becomes a problem when there is a line, watu wamejaa wanataka kuona ndimba, mambo imewaka moto, Gor Mahia inachapana na AFC Leopards, hapo unajua ndio balaa. Wewe uko kwa line na firimbi imelia, game imeanza, steward anakula 200, right? And that's why AFC Leopards, going forward, we're going to have a certain amount of money that you're going to charge. We are not going to, I want everybody to get it clear. Sisi hatutaki kuumiza mtu. Lakini saa ile tunatoa bei ya kuingia, chukua ticket mapema. We want our clubs to understand, ama club ya AFC, ama members, kuelewa ya kwamba, tukitoa hatutaki kuwanyanyasa, lakini tukisema, kuanzia saa mpaka saa fulani tunacharge 300 shillings, please nunua ticket. So that when you come to the stadium, you are able to get there on time, na tutawambia gates zinafunguka saa fulani, na zinamalizika zinafungwa. And it's going to happen. Watu watapiga tukelele, watu watafanya nini, but changing mentality of people is difficult, but you're going to do it because that's, as the saying goes, a journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step. Yes. Sasa watu wakuje mapema. Jamani, if you love soccer and you love your team, mbona unataka kuja kupigana? Mbona unataka kuingia free? I saw some people wanaenda wanajikusanya pahali, alafu wanasema wanataka kuingia free. Unajua wanataka kufanya nini? Wanataka kuja kuvuruga kwa gate waingie. Tutawapangia tu. Na si kwa ubaya, because sisi wote tunapenda team. Wewe unapenda team kutushinda sisi. Wewe unapenda team na sisi tunapenda team. We want to give you a good experience, so we want you to come in the stadium on time. Tumekuambia 300 inaisha tarehe 5. Ukikuja tarehe 7 utanunua 500. Hatutaki ununue 500, tunataka ununue 300. Mmesema ati sisi wengine tunafanya kazi on Saturday, tutaanza kuuza Wednesday mpaka Sunday 300. Saturday ikifika, wewe ni mtu wa jua kali na najua watu wengi wana struggle, nunua hiyo Saturday na Sunday kwa sababu umelipwa. Alafu wacha watu wengine wenye watapambana na 500 wapambane nayo, because we want to have this money on time. We want to make the expenses on time, because we have match day expenses. Can you believe wale watu ambao hawana fans, how do they struggle? They struggle because tunalipia stadium, tunataka tulipia zile barriers, tunataka to prepare game yenye itakuwa na experience paka ya watoto, so that you can come to the stadium and have a good and an exciting moment kwa watoto wako na familia mzima. Wengine wana plan kupigana. Why should you fight? For what reason? You love Gor Mahia, you love AFC. And I thank Gor Mahia fans, I thank AFC Leopards fans. By the way, Gor Mahia fans walinunua tickets kama umeme because kwa naangalia tu I'm telling you fans wetu jamani mtusaidie msilie sana
tazama kwa hii kamera ambia mafans wa Gor Mahia kitu waambie asante.
Thank you so much Gor Mahia fans, you are very very cooperative, na lakini kuna wengine walikuwa wamebeba mavisu na mapanga. Hiyo ni tabia mbaya, sio tabia mzuri. Tafadhali tufanye game ikuwe sawa. Unajua kuna timu mbili hatari, watu wapende wasipende. Moja ilianza 1964 na ingine ilianza 1968. Of course timu ambaye ni swak mbaya mwecheche AFC Leopards ilianza 1964. Tunawaambia asanti, you guys did well, God bless you so much, you are amazing. I should be able to appreciate. Asiyekubali kushindwa si mshindani. Tukutane next season.
Bwana SG, swali ambalo muulizwa za la steward verification, when we raised a poster of your interview,
yes,
4 people wakifatana, they asked the same question, which made me ask myself one question.
Yes.
Mbona watu wako so concerned with it? Hata mimi niliona an issue, but I felt it was more deeper than what I was seeing. Then it made look at it this way.
Yes.
How watu wakiona wengine wanaingia bila kuskaniwa wanalipa, next time hata some of them become very lazy and they decide we will also do the same way. Then I'm asking this question. How are stewards ndio mtu klabu ya mwe today you will be serious? For instance, for AFC Leopards, what do you look? Credentials gani mnaangalia ndio mtu anakuwa leo tumeamua hawa ndio atakuwa stewards wetu?
Simple basics. You have to have a good report, good background. Of course, you need to be able to kind of have good history, no crime, cleared by wanaitanga nini? To DCI. Yes, you have to be cleared, certificate of good conduct. That's the basic. And then you'll go for some trainings. We've started, this particular office has started giving them some training. We have somebody that is doing well. He's one of the best in Africa, actually. He's won a couple of awards. He should be able to kind of help them, get to a place where they understand what being a steward is. If we're not going to focus on that particular section, it's going to bring in rogues. Wale watu ni marui. Unajua mnachukua watu ambao wanapigana mnaweka wanakuwa stewards. It's not going to happen in AFC Leopards. We want them to have good conduct. We want them to go at least to know how to communicate to people well. Huwezi kuwa pale unaleta kiburi na mtu anakuletea pesa. So you have to understand that you have to talk to these people well. I mean, these are fans of the club. Of course, utapata walevi, wengine wamekunywa chang'aa, wengine wamekunywa nini. Ni haki yao because they are happy. They want to experience soccer. So how do you talk to them? So we're going to have classes for the steward. We need to have classes. You've said, what is the qualification? It's a basic qualification. First of all, you should know how to communicate. Know how to communicate well. English and Swahili, it's basic.
Vernacular is also
Kiluya, of course, kama ni mtu wa AFC Leopards na kama unajua Kijaluo saa ile ya noma ni vizuri because unaweza ongea Kijaluo kidogo. So hao ni watu wa pressure na Kikisi. Hizi timu tatu kama unaweza jua bilingual is a plus. Mimi naita bilingual, ndio? Kwa sababu hizi local dialects zetu kama unaweza jua it's a plus because we have people who are dyers and they just want to speak their language, right? So you cannot stop them. So you should be able, that's going to be a plus if you know those languages, but it's basic that you should be able to have been cleared, have a certificate of good conduct, very good communication skills. I mean, it's something that is very important. Then we want most of our stewards to be CAF certified. So we must kind of raise some money, tukutane katikati, we see if we can take them for those trainings. So we're going to have these trainings done, and then basic crowd control. I mean, if they can be able to learn that as well so that they can help the officers that will be coming. And of course, good public relations. So it's something that will go a long way to be able to recruit stewards.
You have talked about the derby.
Yes.
And it tickles down to us something in us. The club has of a nature like AFC Leopards, Gor Mahia, Shabana, niseme Police ambaye ni bingwa mtetezi wa ligi, Nairobi United, kuna vilabu sijataja gani, Murang'a Seal. There is what we call as marketing strategy of different clubs. For AFC Leopards, so far, how do we do our marketing, or do we have a marketing strategy as a club?
Of course, there's never been a marketing strategy, but we are trying to bring that as well. We want to be able to have, in the media department, we want to have a marketing manager. So that he can be able to market the club. I mean, that approach has not been there. I can't lie that it has been there. So far, FC having been blessed with a huge fan base, of course, on our social media platforms, we can be able to kind of reach out to quite a number of people. We have a page with at least a little bit over 400,000 followers. We have other pages with a few followers. So when we post stuff, it markets itself. But when it comes to precise marketing and targeted marketing, we should be able to have a structure where we have a marketing manager who works with the head of media to see how they can be able to sell AFC Leopards out there. So we soon, by the time we start next season, I believe we'll have somebody that is going to be doing that work specifically for the purpose of reaching out, working and coordinating with the CEO, with the head of media to make sure that there is a good marketing strategy for FC Leopards. As far as we're concerned, we are blessed that FC Leopards sells itself. Yeah.
The reason for asking that question is right here.
Mashemeji derby.
Yes.
We all saw what happened, that the derby was not properly hyped.
Yes.
It was just from individual fans and individual club accounts doing the hype. So I feel like there's been a letdown from FKF and also our sponsors in giving games, high-stake games, the proper hype it needs. What do you think we should do to market our league better, to market our clubs better in regards to that and the events that happen in Michigan?
I mean, I should say you're right, because we tried to reach out to the sponsors, to be able to support, but they declined. That is a fact. I don't mince my words. Yeah. We tried to talk to them to support us so that we could be able to hype the game. They declined. I think what they've done is enough, according to them. They've supported us enough. But when it comes to high-stake games, of course, these sponsors need to come on board. So we are trying to look for more sponsors. People want visibility and stuff like that, so that we can reach out to them and tell them that during these particular games, if they can be able to support, it's going to be awesome for us. Because, yes, there was a letdown. The hype was not good enough for us to be able to do the best that we can to reach out to as many fans as possible. What it brings me to a place where most of our games, I'm not talking about any other team, I'm talking about FC Leopards, we'll be able to hype it and we'll charge for it. So if we offer tickets at a certain period of time, you should be able to buy it. We want not to sell tickets during the game, particular day, the match day. We don't want to sell tickets. We want people to come in, have a good experience, get in on time. We're going to a place where our gates during these derbies are going to be opened very early as 9 a.m. Gate zimefunguka, watu wakuje. What else are we going to add in there? We want to have an experience where we have live performances. We have different types of activities. Even when it comes to booths, we want to have people coming in to get booths so that they can be able to sell what they want from morning. We want to have the kids experience. So what we are praying for is for the people to understand, both from Gor Mahia and FC Leopards and Shabana as well, and the people that have a huge fan base, wacha tukue na amani, so that we can have our kids come there, we can have a lot of experience to generate money and stuff like that. So we are looking forward to be able to kind of hype these games. But of course, there's a letdown. The budget is huge. We need social media platforms. We need influencers to come on board. We need to market it, buy adverts even on YouTube and stuff like that. And this is something that comes with a budget. So we kind of budget constrained to be able to do such things, but we will be able to be appealing. We will appeal to more sponsors to come on board and see what they can do. If we can be able to reach out to our sponsors, well and good. But sometimes they are kind of so difficult to do a couple of things, which is extra. And we thank them for what they're doing already. We don't say that they're not doing much. They've done a lot. I mean, most of these sponsors go out of their way to be able to sponsor. But if they can be able to stretch their arm a little bit, we'll have a very exciting experience because we'll reach out to so many people. Yeah.
Speaking of sponsors,
Yes.
we've seen and the ideas you've put across, like having a kids part where kids can go enjoy themselves, having boats where people can sell, and we've seen such events happen in other sports like rugby. They have multiple sponsors who come in. We have Tusker Village, we have Kids Fan Zone, and on that note, can you kindly look on this camera and address fans? You see, there were chaos that happened after the derby, and maybe tell fans of what sponsors also look into when getting into these agreements. For me to give you money ama nikutole pesa ukwe na a separate kids entity, ukwe na a separate, that will need security and it will need my money. So I need to be assured of the safety of that. Yeah. So can you address fans and tell them what is needed for us to go to higher heights?
Fans wale wanapenda timu, especially, I'll narrow in, especially Gor Mahia na AFC Leopards. Tafadhali, naomba, tufanye kukue na excitement kwa hizi games. Let us not fight because the sponsors don't like people fighting. Hawezi kuwa mmeleta watoto, kuna sponsor ambaye anataka kusaidia Gor Mahia na AFC Leopards na Shabana na matimu zingine, alafu mnaanza kupigana. Mnabeba mapanga na mavisu. Surely, this is not good. Tone down, let us have a good experience, my brothers and sisters, so that we can up these games, we can have good revenue, tutapata wachezaji wazuri, ligi yetu itapanda juu kwa scale ya FIFA. Kwa sababu gani? Tumepata wachezaji wazuri, mmepata pesa, kuna excitement mzuri, sponsors wamefurahia kwa sababu hakuna vita. Sasa mshachukua maviti, mshabeba, mshaanua maviti. Surely. Sasa mnataka tufanye nini? Mnatuachia mzigo. Tunaanza kimbizana na Nyayo Stadium, tunataka kulipa madeni, mmefanya pressure imekuja pale. Please tone down, let us have a good experience. I'm appealing to all of you. Kama wewe ni fan wa Moranga Seal, Nairobi United, Gor Mahia, AFC Leopards, just tone down. Let us have a good experience so that we can bring our kids to these particular moments. Alafu tuta-enjoy again. Thank you so much.
Super SG.
Yes.
In the books of history, as it's being written, it is going down that you are speaking as an SG of the biggest club and the oldest club the country has had and has seen.
Yes.
When you look at your team, because the wise one will always say, old habits die hard. We have had seasons where Nyayo na Kasarani zikifungwa, watu wanapa kuchezea mpira, especially the two clubs we can talk of. Yes. That is AFC Leopard and the Great Mahia. Ikifika ni pahali kama the game we had to play, posted tengeneze kafika pale ina venue. As an SG, just like a parent of a child, akiona mtoto wake akilia anakuwa worried. How do you look at it as an SG from your point, and how does the club look at it? Tusaidiane kufikiria, manake kuna timu pia zinakuja KPL, zinatoka NSL na hazina facilities, and we have to think on their behalf.
Now, this is why, that's a very good question, because this is why people should not really cry when it comes to payment. I do understand economy ni mbaya. Can you tell me if at all we need this budget to pay the players? Those teams that don't have sponsors, what do they do? Do you know what it takes to just do a match day expense? It's a lot of money. Kwanza ya Gor Mahia na kama AFC, ama Shabana na AFC, it takes a lot of money. Game ya Gor Mahia na AFC took us over $1 million just preparing. It's bad. It's not easy. So what am I saying? I'm saying, how do you now jump from that level to go to a place where unataka kupata kiwanja? Kiwanja ina cost pesa ngapi? How do we get this money if we are not going to get sponsorship to get it done? It's going to be difficult unless the government comes in, unless FKF comes in, so that we can be able to sit down and see what watafanyaje, where are we going to get some of these places so that we can construct. It's another budget again to construct a stadium. Kama 300 shillings, 500, watu wanalia wanataka irudi 200. How do we construct a stadium for 1 billion shillings? How? Kama sasa hata nafasi, I mean, it's kind of complicated. Where I'm seated, I'm appealing and I'm saying, sisemi ati hiyo ni pesa kidogo. Because kila mtu anajua pali kiatu inamfinya. Sawa sawa. Unaweza sema ni pesa kidogo, kwa mwingine ni mingi, kwa mwingine, but can we just understand that if we are telling you, you buy your ticket on time, suchange, uliza rafiki tuchange, because hii pesa hatukuli. We want to make sure that we have a budget. Kama ni kununua kiwanja, which is long fetched, don't get me wrong. If we get sponsors, tuongezee yetu kidogo ile tunayo, and then we can buy a kiwanja somewhere. But that is now so difficult because we are talking of millions of shillings. But where does FKF come in? When we get to that place where us, wanaweza sema, timu ikikuwa na hii budget, sisi tunaweza support na hii, ili wakuwe na kiwanja. But when you come to a place where we don't see that direction, we don't see that vision, it becomes difficult. But as a team, by the way, we want to talk to the president. We want to talk to other people, well-wishers, visionary people, to see to it that as one of the largest fan-based team, as Gor Mahia, Shabana, and the other teams, where do we get the government to help so that we can be able to have these kiwanjas? It's kind of expensive to do this, but I believe that is something that can be done. And I believe we've started doing something about AFC Leopards, kiwanja. We are following up something, and we will be appealing to the Ministry of Sports and other people, sports entities, to see to it that kuna kiwanja ambayo tunapata. Ikifanyika, well and good. If it's not, we're going to see that we are starting something, even if it's just a sports center that we are working on and stuff like that, so that we can have our home yenye tunajua hakuna mtu analeta shida. You understand? Because hizi zingine zote ni za wenyewe. And that's why I'm appealing to our fans, please, calm down, because wakituban hatuwezi cheza. You understand? Even Gor Mahia and FC wakituban ndio hivyo. Hamtakuwa na ile experience mlikuwa nayo. Ile noma, hamwezi. Hamtakuwa nayo. Unajua timu hizi mbili zikikutana na kwa mambo mbaya. Hamwezi enjoy tena. Mtakaa dry nikingojea, and then it's a problem. Tutachezea wapi?
Before Viona aulize swali anauliza.
Yes.
Huku nje wanaita Nyayo Vietnam. Huku ndani sijui wanaita aje Nyayo.
Kichinjio.
Ni hayo tu kwa sasa. Viona endelee.
Waliponea sana hapo kichinjio. Sijui kisu ilifanyaje. Yule mchinjaji sijui ilikuwa kisu wako wamelo. Kisu ilikuwa blunt, ilianguka chini. Lakini kichinjio hiyo.
So SG, you started the club started an initiative,
yes,
and you had a pay bill, which, and we were getting regular updates on the amount of money collected, but the recent past, it's stalled. Why do you feel like it's stalled, and do fans need to up the game in this, since it's also part of the initiative you've talked about that you'll use to engage the government and other partners like FKF? And also to add on that, FIFA always sends development money to FKF. Where does this money go to? Does it get to clubs?
I'm not sure about the structure of FKF. It's very confusing. I'll be very honest. I mean, I think I'll be very blunt to say that they're the cause of the low level of soccer in this country. People I mean, it just depends. I mean, where you go. I mean, why are you there and stuff like that. If your background is messy, that you're not a person that can be able to take care of stuff, then it means that you won't, whether you like it or not. Utakuwa tu mtu wa kubishana, mambo mingi, and trying to prove yourself and stuff, which will destroy the fabric of what we are looking at. I don't know. I don't follow up. I'm not concerned about that because in itself, there's a lot of confusion. Yeah. So we cannot even, I don't know where their office is to go and visit them and ask them if, you know, like if this is something. You see, we should have these workshops for us to understand where this money goes. I mean, FKF should be able to tell us what they're doing with the money that comes from FIFA for transparency purpose. They don't have to if they don't want. That's their own problem. But I believe if you're there, it's just good. It's good gesture for you to be able to tell people and the clubs that this is what you're doing so far. We've done ABCD. Maybe they will, or maybe they won't. But at the end of the day, that is key for us to do that. Coming to your point, I should be able to say, this is why I always cry out. I say, why is it that the fans demand so much? And when we just ask them to do something, for example, you've talked about the stadium, and for us to have a home to build, it's easy for us to do it. If at all 1 million people. FC, you know what FC means, right?
Yeah.
FC means what? A Baluya Football Club. How many Luyas are in this country? Of course, AFC has become an international club. We have branches in the US, we have another branch in Canada, and a lot of people are on board trying to see if they can be able to support AFC. There's a branch starting up in Germany and stuff like that. So what I should say is, if you're looking at the larger fan base of AFC Leopards, we have more than 2 million Luyas in Nairobi. They identify themselves. I'm not putting AFC in a cocoon. I'm not putting AFC in a circle where it's just for the Luyas. No, we have Kinyanjui, who is playing for us. We have Aguero, who is playing for us. Victor Otieno. Yes. We have Mgane. We have somebody from Uganda who is playing for FC. It's an international club, okay? We have somebody from Ivory Coast, Koulibaly, and all this type of stuff. So what am I saying? I'm saying, if you look at the larger fan base, and this is an initiative that was started by a fan, and the chairman said, you have it, you run with it. We opened a new pay bill. That money has never been touched because we can't touch it. We have to tell the fans what you're going to do with the money. And that is what the chairman said. The president of the club said, you know what, this money, we're not going to touch it. What you're going to do, wacha hiyo pesa ingie hapo, siku ile tutataka kufanya kitu, tutawapatia ripoti yao, tuambie injo. Now, maybe even vote for what we need to do with the money. Yeah. Now, if somebody can give 50 shillings, 1 million people, that is 50 million, wanakashindwa. Sasa tutafanya namna gani? But you know what you're going to do is to... Ni kazi ngumu jamani, ni kazi ngumu. Mimi nataka secretary general nasema jamani hao fans wetu, yani wanapenda tu siasa. You know what they like is a lot of arguments and stuff. Yeah. Let us focus. You know, all I'm saying is, let us focus. If we want to improve this game, we need the money to bring in good soccer players. Soccer players need the money. And I know for sure, these players, if you get a player that is being paid 500,000, we have players in FC who are paid 100 and above. Yeah. We have players, bwana inakuwa kazi ngumu. Ikifika mwisho wa mwezi ni kutoka jasho. Kuna chaya, kuna nini hapo? Trash. Tunafanyaje mtu yako kando sio iko nini? You understand? Sometimes it's not easy because they've got to be paid. Now, that initiative is stalled for the reason that people are not really participating. But I'm urging them to participate. We are going to have influencers on it. We are going to have a plan. We are going to sit down and draw a roadmap to make sure that we are raising not less than 10 million. At least within a certain period of time. So we're going to have targets. We're going to post out there. We are now back on the drawing board to see that we can be able to do something that is tangible for the club. So I'm asking all the fans, because we are closing the season. We need to have players. We need money for this. So please just see what you can do so that we can be able to participate. And everybody, it's just 50 shillings, surely. Some try to 50, watu million moja mbili. Some try to 50, watu million moja wakitoa 50 on 50 million. Watu ukiongeza kaso inakuwa 100. Stadium. So it's not even stadium. We can be able to buy a piece of land with the money that these people are giving. But I don't know if they understand. But sometimes to change stuff is not easy. Yeah. Lazima kuwe na battles nini, kila mtu anasema zake nini, watakula, watafanya nini. Mambo mingi. We are not here to do that. We are here to give you the best. We are here to make sure that the team is piloting itself towards the right direction. We are here to make sure that the management is solid, and we are here to make sure that you have good experience. But we need quality players, and quality players come with a price. So we need to do all these things so that we can bring all these people on board, the fans, the management, and everybody to be part and parcel. Unajua kutoa 50 na tumeleta mchezaji tunalipa mita. Unajua utajisikia sana kwa sababu ili kapesa utakuwa na sasa nitakubali unisimamishe kwa barabara. Wewe usisimamishe kwa barabara ndio utaki kutoa kitu. Utaki, unaniambia ati nimeiba pesa. Sasa nimeiba pesa wapi? Sisi pesa yenyewe hata itoshi. Wewe unanisumbua kwa barabara. Hapana, msinisimamishe. Mimi kitu yenyewe iko, wewe toka kitu alafu unisimamishe. Uniulize pesa yako iko wapi? Nikwambie pesa yako ndio hii. Iko kwa huyu mchezaji. Tunamlipa mwisho wa mwezi. You understand? So we'll be able to up the standard of soccer in this country, but we need the money. And the fans, you have a huge role to play so that we can be able to achieve that. Yeah.
So fans, umesikia, Quran Club, it's a collective responsibility. What you're demanding for, we pia toa output yako. Make sure umeingia kwa mfuko ukaeka kitu pale. Now, SG, you've talked about quality, signing quality players.
Yes.
And in the recent, hapo kitambo kidogo, Chair said, Chair Boniface said, yeye hataki kuuza players locally. If he's going to sell, he's going to sell internationally. And this raises a question, do we have enough quality that we can sell outside? Also, we've also had international players coming into the club, and some are not starters. For instance, this season we've seen Koulibaly starting when KC got injured. So, and not just for FC, but for other teams. Napata, we're signing international players who are not adding any value to the club other than being a financial burden, and mostly end up in cases. So what is the strategy? What should we do to improve our state of football, our state of quality? Yeah.
There's quite a number of things that we have to look at when it comes to quality and depth in this country. I mean, there's a lot of, everybody is pulling on a different direction. The federation should be able to pull on that same side with the clubs. And it starts with the clubs. The clubs have got to tighten their roles when it comes to recruitment. And there's also a problem. If you look at Koulibaly he speaks French. Yeah. I've studied a couple of things, so I know sometimes it can be psychologically an issue. Though, unajua mtu atasema si ball ni kupiga na kurani. Yeah. Unajua mimi maneno ball sticking. I know most about administration and stuff. Yeah. Ball mimi nataka kuona bao imeingia. Mimi ukiniambia 4-2 sijui mimi sitakusikia. Mimi nataka kuona wewe bwana funga. Mimi wewe ni deadly funga bao. Nipatie results. Mimi sitaki pattern nini ati tunacheza kama Man U, tunacheza kama Arsenal, mimi sitaki. Hiyo sijui 4-4. Niliona tulicheza system same na Gor juzi. Hiyo sijui 4-3-3 nini mimi sitaki, mbona tu kufunga. You understand? Mimi ni mtu nataka results. So there's always a psychological part of a player. Of course, to gel in with other people, he does not speak English. Okay? So communication kuna a problem. And as much as you're a good player, you want to show that you can be able to display your skills, you need good communication. Yeah. You understand? So I'll forgive him for that because amechukua time sana ku adjust as far as communication is concerned. That's why uliona hata tublanda dogo juu unajua mtu asikii kizungu sasa. Wewe bwana toa pass itakuwaje?
We actually have the same problem in Shabana. We have Diallo, we have Assis. Haelewi Kiswahili, uelewi Kizungu, so you have to find ways to communicate.
Yes, it's a process. Yeah. You understand? Before you understand, like me, I understand. I'm not saying that is the main factor, but it has a percentage in the performance of a player. Unaona, cross, aski. Unajua yani anafikiria pengine rudisha nyuma. Unajua? So you have to understand that. But we are getting to a space where we're going to be specialists, trust me, in bringing in good players, taking them through classes to understand basics, you understand? So that they can be able to learn. I do know that people are so much into trying to find out why is it that we are bringing these players and are not performing. The only issue that ukipata player ni mzuri, sindio? But kwa nini ya perform? There are a couple of things that people don't understand. And one of those things is communication. We'll try to see how we can be able, if we can get these players, how do they go through the classes to adjust, you understand? Which is going to take some time through the process. But just your question is very important to us because we need to look deeper into it so that we can be able to sign quality players that bring results. Kama ni avoid language zingine itabidi to avoid kwa sababu fans nao wataki kusikia vitu ya language. Wanatupiga tu mabomu huku nje. Wanataka kusikia, wanataka bao, wanataka timu ishinde. So we'll try. If we can avoid different languages, well and good. But if we can get a good player, but then tunaona hiyo ndio problem na tunaona player anaweza tusaidia pahali, we'll see how we can be able to employ a system where they will learn through the process and during the orientation they can be able to learn a few basics here and there. Yeah.
Banezji, yes. When we talk about bigger clubs and the mighty clubs in the world, we will mention the Real Madrids, the Manchester. When you come to Africa, we will begin with the Mamelodi Sundowns, Esperance, Wydad Casablanca, Asante Kotoko. The Leopards, that is AFC Leopard, Eastern Africa, na ile AFC Leopard, ile ingine. Easy teams, ukiziangalia, they have got something in common that I feel like as a country, it's not being in common with the biggest club we have as a country. As a team, I think officially how we communicate, that is in terms of pressers, in terms of just giving official communication on things, we have to be up to date. I'm saying that because AFC Leopard as a club, I feel like at times we have got a very vocal chair, and sometimes people confuse his own page and the club's page. It's something I've seen a lot, but just to put it on point, some people feel maybe there are some things apart from him talking on his own page. As a club, we can do it officially in terms of having our own pressers, posting our own on our websites. For example, prior to the derby, Kinyanjui did not play the game against Police. People had so many rumors mingi sana mambo, we don't know which is which, but I call them rumors because what nimesikia kizungumza, none of them is an official AFC Leopard. So none of them can, tunawezi muamini tuseme whatever you have told us is official. Then is why I'm asking, why does the club not have official ways or pressers occasionally just to be addressing issues in a way that tunatoa hizi rumors ndani ya hewa tunabaki na ukweli?
Nobody asked the Secretary General. So if you want to get information as the spokesman of the club, I'll respond. But if you don't ask me, you are speculating, then you will keep on speculating. I should be able to say that that is a good point. We might have to have these presses maybe every other month or something like that so that we can address the pressing issues. That is well guided, I should say, so that people cannot speculate. We'll be able to mitigate that. Going to the next season, I think we'll do that. I'm sorry, I didn't respond to something so that I can come to that about players not being signed locally. What it means that going forward, the chairman was saying that we're going to sign quality players that can be taken out of the country. We're not going to allow our quality players to be sold locally. The reason is if we are going to put you at a certain level of payment, a certain level of allowances, a certain level of comfort, we don't want you to go to a lower level. That's what it means. The chairman is watching in for the players so that if you really want to sign a player from AFC Leopards, auta manage because babu ile pesa tutakuuliza ni mingi. That is number one. And as far as his page is concerned and what you're saying and the presses, his page is his page. Wewe kama unaenda kwa page yake, wewe unaenda kumtafuta huko kwa page yake. Sasa wewe kama unataka kumpigia kelele huko, ukikutana na yeye huko ni page yake, si ya club. Kwa hivyo ukiona mtu anagombana na wewe kwa page ya club utuulize. But the official spokesman of the club is Isaack Mulindi, the Secretary General of AFC Leopards. And that is my mandate. So you've said we should be able to have some kind of briefings, and that is something I'll look into so that we can be able to have, going forward, some kind of presses. To be able to give our fans an updated message of whatever it is that they're asking. I think that is on point, and we can do that.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. So I'll step out kidogo. We've had AFC Leopards has had a membership structure that has been there for a long period of time that other clubs don't have. Personally, in my club, we don't have that. I saw Gor have, but it only happens when there is the election season. So for us as amateurs who would like to have these membership structures, what does it take to have a working structure, and what is the structure that you're using to ensure that members renew and renew annually? Is it annually or per season?
It's annually.
Annually.
Season wise pia ni mwaka.
Yeah. So for us, sisi wengine wenye hatuna, how can we do that?
It's very easy. You can't say that it's a problem. It's just the willing motivation of a fan. Yani anatakaje. So it's your Secretary General, or because he's the one who's in charge of the fan base, is the one to bring this into the fan base. So fans atasema, maybe you come up with the registration structure. It's not that difficult. If you love the team utapata na si wote, na si lazima. You see, like right now we are up to almost 10,000 registered members at AFC Leopards. Wale wanalipa renewal every year, 1,000. You see? So it's easy for us to raise 10 million. You understand? So it's something that if a team is willing to do it, they can do it. Hata hiyo kidogo itasaidia. And I will appeal to all these teams to do that. Hata kama ni fans 100, they'll take the team a step pale mbele. You understand? Because if you have 100 fans or 200 fans that are registered and they're really supporting the team, kuna wale wana branches zinatengeleza nini structure yao. Kuna wale wanalipa 500 wanapeleka 200 kwa the main office, wanalipa 1,000 wanapeleka 500 to the main office. It just depends with the branch structure so that you can have a branch operational. But we have to have activities in the branch so that it can attract members. Is it merry-go-round? Is it posho meal? Is it, unajua Waluya wanapenda ugali. Sasa posho meal lazima ikuwe kwa nini? Is it kwenda stadium? What is it that you want to do? Traveling. How do you coordinate those functions? So it's not something that is difficult, but it just takes the office to commit itself and to tell the fans that this is what you want to do. Again, a journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step. It's good for you to start something so that you can put the structures together. It's about registration of membership. You put a fee on there, annual renewal. What do you do about it? You put a fee. Na wote wanakubali. Alafu tunaenda kwa AGM tunapitisha. It just depends if you have an AGM or not. So all these things can be done within the entire fraternity of soccer. So I just believe that most teams need to do that because it helps the team. Kama hakuna pesa kidogo, wale members wanaweza raise your pesa. Like us, we always appeal to the members to do that. So it's not something difficult. I would appeal to your team to do it and just put those structures together. So you need to appeal to the fans, and then your Secretary General can be able to go all out to kind of see to it that it's functional. That's it. And that is my responsibility, and it's under my docket.
Yeah, on the same note, currently, if you're looking at the top 3 clubs, there is community clubs. The most proactive club in administrative wise, I'll have to give it to AFC Leopards. So I'm giving it to USG, not you. So are you planning on having membership packages where members have some benefits, where maybe merchandise is discounted for a specific package, and maybe introducing seasonal tickets and stuff like that? Because you mentioned that there are a lot of changes that you're looking into.
Sure.
Yeah, especially in regards to match day entrance and not selling tickets on match days. Yes. So are we looking at some of these membership packages being introduced?
Yes, for sure. Actually, we have this in plan. We have it in such a way that we will have different category of membership. We have the platinum, we have the gold, the bronze and stuff like that. So it comes with different benefits. Kuna wengine ukikuwa member, inakuja na t-shirt, inakuja na bag. We've just received the samples of the bags and whatever it is that some of the manufacturers are going to kind of give us as merchandise. We're having a meeting next month with the manufacturers so that we can see the brand line, whatever it is, merchandise that we'll need, makofia, jackets, nini, so that these packages can do that. And then if you have another package, is it for an international game? Can you attend? Can we take care of it? Are you a platinum member and stuff like that? So you are right that these categories are there. We just said that we got into office. We are trying to restructure the office. Let us pilot. The first important thing is to make sure that the team is performing. So when the team is performing, our members, ukiwaambia tunataka kupanga hivi, watakubali. Kama team perform, huwezi waambia kitu. Members of FC wanakupigia kelele kuanzia asubuhi mpaka jioni, mtandao inawaka. But now, if the team is going to perform, it's easy for us to talk to them. We say, these are going to be the benefits of this category, and that category. So that membership structure is coming on board. I think by next season we'll have, after the AGM, I think we'll be able to do it. Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, hii ni Big Sport Africa. Hii ni kubwa. This is big. Hii ni mwecheche. Hii ni mbingu ya tatu. Tupo hapa na Super SG, anaitwa bwana Isaack Mulindi. Huko nje wanamuita Super SG.